BuildAid is so proud to be part of this amazing, bustling city of gold. Come behind the scenes with us as we explore what really goes into the development, refurbishment and creation of this incredible city we call home. From past to present, we look at what makes Jersey unique and what the future holds.
Great music all day long, all week long. This is BuildAid on Mix. We're chatting about homeowner workshops that we're running in conjunction with Mix FM. And we have a number of specialists here tonight chatting about insulation, saving money and living comfortably. The message really is, we only got 5 minutes or so to talk to each of these specialists, is how you as a homeowner and your architect can use these guys and their companies to help you plan your home before you start building. Don't start thinking about insulation when the roof's on. It might be too late. The two guests I have in front of me, Karlien Delport Botha and Paul Louw, both from Saint-Gobain, but Karlien's more in Think Pink, and I think we all know what that is, and Paul is here from Gyproc. If you look up and you look at your ceiling, it's probably called Rhino Board. So these are the two guys we're going to chat to first. But Karlien, a little bit about Think Pink. What is it, just so that we don't get this wrong?
Hi, Graham. Yes, so Think Pink is a glass wool insulation product. It's been around in South Africa for many, many years. I remember as a little girl the fat cat, the comfortable fat cat. So it's glass wool insulation, typically put in ceilings, so above your ceiling board, to keep your house cooler in summer and warmer in winter.
The subject of what we're chatting about tonight is insulation generally and living comfortably. Now, obviously, Think Pink is just one of those elements that could help you achieve that. But something I just wanted to point out or maybe focus on, Karlien, is the cost of insulating with something like Think Pink. How much does it cost per square meter, more or less? And obviously, you're not giving us a quote here. It's just a guide, just a guideline.
And it also depends on which area you're in, how much insulation you use. But it shouldn't cost you, roughly speaking, around 65 to 80 rand a square meter. So it's, if you look at the total building cost, it doesn't even come to 1% of your total building cost.
Yeah, if you compared it to any horizontal element, your flooring or painting or anything, and you think of it at 65 rand, it's really, you can't say it's nothing, but it's very little.
It's very reasonable compared to, if you think what it's going to cost you to live in that house for the duration of the lifespan of that house, and how much energy you're going to save by not needing to put the aircon on so often, or having to put the heater on for the whole winter. So if you compare it in that way, it's really a very reasonable cost.
I'll chat to you just now about retrofitting, but first, Paul, thanks for coming to chat to us. Paul,
hi, good evening, Graham. It's wonderful to be here and have the opportunity to really speak to people about the concepts that Gyproc and Saint-Gobain are involved in, and particularly things like multi-comfort.
You guys involved a lot of things, but walling systems, ceiling systems, if I could sort of generalize, and if I'm incorrect, just point it out. But Karlien's talking about insulation, which we could be on the top of a ceiling, but it might be in a wall. So you're talking to us about systems, ceilings and walling, and how important the system, and what I mean by a system is it's the board, the screws, the framework, the labor and everything, could be to insulation.
These are all critical components, and yes, insulation is so much more than just taking glass wool or any other medium and introducing it into your home, because in fact a system determines the performance. And the product that Isover make, that Karlien will be speaking about some more, are crucial components. You have your boards that add certain properties. You have studs and various add-ins, and together they all combine to either provide you with thermal comfort, keeping you cool in summer and warm in winter, or acoustic comfort so that you don't hear the noise from the room next door or from the room above.
We'll be back in a sec. This is BuildAid on Mix 93.8. I'm chatting to Karlien and Paul. We're talking about insulation, and particularly Think Pink and walling systems. Paul, it'll be difficult in a couple of minutes to get into the technicalities of walling systems and insulation. Probably an hour wouldn't be long enough. I think what's important is homeowners, architects, contractors know you guys are out there and you can give us whatever we need. Tell us about your technical department and your backup services and design services.
Absolutely, Graham. One of the key things about systems is that they are specially put together. The components must work together in the correct fashion, and for that we have a technical team that are available for the homeowner, for the architect, for the contractor to access. They're there, they're knowledgeable, and they will help you with design free of charge of the system. And you can reach them at www.gyproc.co.za. And that team is able to provide insight and sometimes just point you in the direction that you need to know. Tell us about the problem. I need something to do this, and we can help with that.
The message comes through very clearly during the workshops and on this radio show. There are so many specialists. We're talking to Gyproc, we're talking to Isover and Think Pink, and the other guys we're going to be chatting to. You can almost get your home designed, and it's free. Not discounting the architect. He's the designer, but he's also your connection to these guys. Karlien, we're going into some miserable weather. Not going into it. It's been pretty miserable for a few days.
Been, yes.
And we think about Isover or Think Pink. Retrofitting, obviously one can do that. Just the pros and cons of putting it into an old house.
Well, the pros are definitely outdo the cons, and it's really the easiest thing to do that can provide immediate comfort, just to install insulation in your roof. Most homes built before 2011 will probably not have insulation. Because the regulation is only about 6 years old. So look in your roof, open that trap door, and if there isn't any insulation, then put it in. It's really the easiest thing to do. You can buy it at a retailer. You can do it yourself, or you can get a qualified contractor that can install it for you. So it's the quickest and cheapest way to get your home comfy this winter.
And it works instantly.
Instantly.
Believe me, you put it in your ceiling, you're going to be so happy. Karlien, the other thing, wrap up your geyser. Can save you energy.
Yes, modern geysers nowadays are already insulated. But the time it takes for a geyser to heat up and cool down and heat up again, if you wrap your geyser properly with insulation, you can minimize the heating and cooling of your geyser. The thing that a lot of people don't remember to do or don't think about doing is insulating the pipes. And that is where a lot of the energy gets lost as well. So don't just wrap your geyser, wrap your pipes as well.
There you go. Karlien Delport Botha and Paul Louw from Isover and Gyproc. Guys, thanks for coming to chat to us.
Thanks so much, Graham.
But there's something online, and I can't hurt you bad. There must be so much love in my heart that it would tear me apart.